Okay. Can you see my shadow on the wall? I got my omni bun in my head. It's ridiculous. This is why I don't film myself. I'm just too, I don't want to say I'm critical exactly, but whatever, whatever. Okay, moving on. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool, which is about new beginnings, taking new risks to start new things, taking a leap of faith, right? In the reverse, it can indicate foolishness. But in this, it really has to do with just trusting that even if I don't see where the next step is, it will be there. It will be there. And note, he's juggling these different balls, each with alchemical symbols on them. So there is some knowledge, or at least some incoming knowledge, of the ways of the world and how it works. Some wisdom there, right? But also, I'm drawn to point out this bag right here on the ground. The Fool has to do with leaving some of your baggage behind. So if you've been struggling with something that's old, maybe from your childhood past or something that has been in your more recent past, it could be that you're at a place now where you're able to leave your baggage behind you and move forward with all the faith and confidence that you're going to be able to, I don't know, I feel like you're turning a page. You're starting a new chapter in your book, the book of your life, right? Really, really good energy, Sag. All right. 10 of Pumpkins. 10 of Pumpkins is about manifesting increase. This is about your material world, your earth suit. And 10 is as high as it gets in the minor arcana cards, meaning this is happy family, happy home life, material success and well-being. And it took a while to get here. Not only do we have all these different jack-o'-lanterns here in this tree, somebody had to put them there, they're all carved and they're lit as well. So a lot of work went into the creation of this scene, but you'll notice that you're just about to reap the big, huge jackpot here. For many of you, that jackpot has come. For others, you're still right there on the cusp of this. It can take a while to get to this point, but a lot of you have had very successful manifestation in your recent past. Now, Knight of Pumpkins here, right? The Knight of Pumpkins, slow moving energy, but this had to do with a beginning of a new business opportunity, something coming forth. For those of you that have been trying to put something together, you've been doing the grunt work necessary to do it. You know, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, getting all the detail work done. I recently completed my website, and you would not believe, well, you probably would if you have one, but you would not believe the details that go into that. Everything. I mean, even being able to book, you know, a reading in the actual website. I mean, just all of that stuff involved linking and creating accounts and opening this and doing that. And there's so much detail work, not just in that area, but it really in anything where we're trying to get our business life moving forward. We're trying to get our firm foundation planted underneath us so that we can build our business, build our home, or create our nest egg to be able to buy a house or to start that business or, you know, whatever that is that we're trying to do. We also see here underneath all of this some kind of a reunion. This can be a soulmate card. And a reunion of friends, happy times. Watch the reminiscent piece, though. Sometimes we tend to romanticize our past, and that can be problematic. And sometimes it's hard to get onto our new phases in life because we're too busy romanticizing the past and what we used to have. So could be soulmate, could be romancing the past, could be maybe friends have come into your life. Maybe this has something to do with your foundation. Maybe you've got people from your past, like from your hometown that are coming out to visit you in your new town. Or it could be that you're spending time rekindling the bonds with your family of the heart. May not be your biological relatives, but could be your extended family, the friends that you love like family. That have been in your life and coming into play. Visiting, communication, those kinds of things. Here we have, in your present tense, kind of what's on your mind. We've got the Lover's card, but it's in the reverse. So it could be that some of you were conflicted about something, making a head and heart decision, and that you're coming out of that energy and making that choice. For some of you that have been single, that have been trying on new relationships, that sounds kind of weird, trying on a new, whatever. It could be that you've come to that place where you're thinking that this isn't going to work out with this person. They're not my life partner, my balance, my twin flame, my soulmate, my person. So some of you may be coming to that realization as well. Now, kind of offset, because we've got this Ten of Pumpkins card here, which is you thinking about the happy, ultimately beautiful family life and home life. And then we're seeing that maybe that's not what you were hoping for, isn't exactly coming to pass. So I do kind of want to look at some of these other cards in this column here. We've got the Hermit in reverse. So some of you, while you've been trying to get your stuff manifested, you've kind of withdrawn from the world and getting your details together and figuring out what it is that you want to do, what you want to create or manifest in your material world. Home, like brick and mortar home, I mean, or, business, what you want to do job wise. Maybe you've been getting an education and you're trying to think now, okay, now that I've completed that, where do I want to go? What career opportunities are out there? The Hermit has to do with withdrawing from the world, getting that kind of self-taught information, but going within to understand yourself and your world better. It seems odd. Sometimes we do have to withdraw from the world to understand it. When we're not a part of the world, that's when we have a relationship with the world to some degree. It's hard to think about the world or understand the world when we're so immersed in it that we never get enough distance from it to really, really think about it and how it operates and what is human nature and what is my nature. And what is my personality telling me? In the reverse, it could be about coming out of some sort of a withdrawn energy. Now, Knight of Pumpkins could be a message coming in, and that could be why you're ready to come out. It could be an invitation, possibly from some people from the past. Somebody's come to town that you love. They've sent you out that kind of a message, and you want a reunion with those individuals, and so you're trying to come out of some of that isolation that might be happening. Now, current foundation, we have Ace of Imps in the reverse, right? Now, the Ace of Imps would be the beginning of something that we feel passionate about that we're able to manifest. So, in other words, if you're feeling passionate about starting your new business and you want to get that off that ground, right now there's a delay in your ability to put your passion into action. And this Knight of Pumpkins too, he's really slow energy because he's an earth sign. And earth is a very slow suit, all things being told. But then again, they're the bookkeepers and the accountants and the people that really go over all the numbers. They're not exactly the huge burning creativity idea people. A lot of times people have ideas and then they say, this is what I want to do. Now make it happen. And they hand it over to the earth signs to go over the details. And that's sort of this balance that we have between, fire or even air people and our earth people. Some people have a really good balance of all of those elements. So it's not, I don't mean to exclude them from this either. We're all trying to find a balance in our life, whether we realize that or not. But this delay, this may be some information that's coming in or has recently come in that might be about a delay, maybe not getting the loan that you wanted, or maybe it's kicked back to you, some business proposal or something. They want more information here or there, or maybe something wasn't quite, 100% forward, that there's some kind of delay here. So maybe this is going to be, for some of you for whom this is a business situation, it may be about going over your plan, your business plan, your details, your textbooks, whatever that is again, and looking that over more carefully, and seeing if you missed a step or if you missed some information that would be helpful for you to recognize. And future orientation, we have 8 of Bats. This is kind of what's on the mind, what's on your mind. So there's some kind of anxiety that's going in here. For those of you that are in a partnership, when I look at these, and they are in a sequence from left to right, we have, and these have been what's on your mind, really. We have the stable, happy family life, past tense or moving into the past tense, could be present still, and the wish for this, but there's some kind of an imbalance that's going on in your home life in a partnership that may be producing some kind of anxiety for you in the future. Anxiety can be a combination of, I actually like to think of anxiety as being, especially when we're not sure what we're anxious about, we just know that we feel very uncomfortable. Like when we have panic attacks, it's kind of like we're feeling some kind of way emotionally. And we're having a mental thought like, oh, I shouldn't feel that way. I'm sure everything is fine. And the two of them come together like a cold and a warm weather front, and they smash together into an electrical storm. And that electrical storm, the thunder and lightning, is the panic attack, right? That can be what's happening because we have these thoughts and ideas and expectations that things are supposed to go a certain way. And then when they don't, we talk to ourselves in a bad way. And by bad, I mean in a way that's invalidating and that sometimes can be like pouring gasoline onto some glowing embers of fear. And then we wonder why we get this huge, kind of coming up. So we have to be careful how we talk to ourselves because the way we talk to ourselves has a lot to do with our emotional processing of our experiences. And sometimes we do have a little bit more control over that. Now, I like to remind my clients, I can control what I think, say, and do. And there's really not a whole lot else I can control in life. I can't control other people. I can't even control my emotions, but I can control my thoughts and how I think about my reality. And in controlling my thoughts, I can help reduce some of my subjective emotional distress. Again, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, please book a private reading and we can go into some of this. Anxiety is a huge issue for the human population. Really, really huge. And it's very, very uncomfortable. If you've ever experienced a panic attack or anxiety at all, it is not fun. But there's a lot of things that people can do to kind of get that under control. And I do encourage people too, if they struggle with anxiety, see if your insurance plan has, one-to-one counseling, or even group counseling coverage or therapy, coverage, something like that. If not, a lot of places do a sliding fee scale. So go to your local community center, or what have you. It's worth seeking out some information if you're not sure. Then here we have the Queen of Ghosts in the reverse. And in the upright, the Queen of Ghosts could be a water sign like a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Could be somebody that you relate to like a wife or a mother, but again, it doesn't have to be sex specific. It could be a husband who's one of those nice, compassionate type guys, that's loving and supportive and so on. But in the reverse, this can be about somebody who's emotionally having an affair or cheating. It could be about somebody who's maybe being cold to you. They're not being loving. They're not being supportive. And that may be some of what this anxiety is about. And this Queen of Ghosts here may be tying back into this Lovers in the reverse card. It could be that your partner is not being loving and supportive, and that's making your anxiety worse, especially because you're struggling to get your business forward. And you're thinking, what the hell, Now, this card here, this is the basis of the future matter, where this is going. This is that lack of forward movement that we've already seen some slow ass movement, but you see it's going very slow right here with this Knight of Pumpkins. And this is not taking off either. There's a delay in your business taking off. And this Chariot is in reverse. Now he's going, I want to say hell-bent for leather. In this, he's driving super fast. The car, or the cat in the car is scared to death because of his crazy driving. In the reverse, this is about slow moving energy. Now, part of the Chariot is about taking these conflicting feelings that we experience. It's about balancing our own internal yin and yang energies, our masculine and feminine traits, our how do I want to put that? Are transmitting and receiving energies, harnessing them, taking our conflicting energies that contribute to our anxiety. Like I said, how our emotions and our logic and anxiety sometimes don't match. Chariot has a lot to do with taking those, our thoughts and our emotions, our head and our heart decisions, and being able to bring them together into some sort of a healthy, safe, sane compromise so that we can begin to move forward in our lives again. This Chariot reversed like that tells me about stagnation. And this Lover's card in the reverse tells me that you may be making that head and heart decision. But I'm questioning if this is problematic relationship situation, that could be feeding into the anxiety, or that you've made a choice, but there still is a full half of you that doesn't feel overly confident or 100% satisfied with the decision that you've had to make. Take it as it resonates, right? And, well, I forgot what I was going to say with that, so it must have been a lie, but I'm just kidding. But again, bringing this back, the Fool card is, whoops, I did put those back wrong, didn't I? This Fool is about beginning a new phase of your life and having all kinds of confidence in that. It's sort of like you have this beautiful new opportunity with clear, starry skies, a big moon to light your way. And this almost seems like there's a progression from feeling A-okay in your mind frame to building up and brewing and stewing into some kind of anxiety. So be very, very careful that you're not creating a self-inflicted punishment on yourself through how you think about your situation. Life will do it for you. You don't need to pile on and be your own worst critic, or don't awfulize, right? Don't awfulize it. So with that in mind, though, I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to play out. And it is called overwhelming. Oh my gosh, overwhelming obstacles. Talk about a Freudian slip here. Of course we weren't, but I'm going to say that anyway. It's overcoming obstacles. But again, that's anxiety. It's an overwhelming obstacle. But here we're promised that whatever our obstacles are in the situation, we can overcome it. You can overcome anything. There may be a blockage in your life or one ahead. However, you absolutely have all the inner resources you need, not just to overcome the difficulty, but also to thrive as a result. No matter what the obstacle is, you are amassing your inner strength to step beyond it. If there is a dream that you desire that has eluded you, know that you have all the inner skills to move beyond any blockages preventing you from achieving this goal. Use any obstacle as a stepping stone to great achievements and success in your life. The sacred traveler wants you to know, when the traveler encounters an obstacle on the path, the traveler understands that there are many ways to go beyond it. All you need is within you now. All the assets that you require to overcome this challenge are available to you. If you are blocked on one path, find another. This is a powerful time for developing your inner strength and fortitude. When you look back, you'll find that many inner gifts develop during this time.